So I just heard some horrible news coming out of Tampa, Florida. Actually, Apollo Beach, Florida, which is Tampa Bay. There was a dog fight at a dog park, and one of the owners actually shot the dog. According to the witnesses, how it actually happened is that two dogs started fighting. One dog was a golden doodle, and another one was a pit bull. The owner of a golden doodle yelled out, "Get your dog away or I will shoot your dog," and proceeded to just pull out a gun and shoot the dog. The dog unfortunately passed away. Obviously, I was not there, so I cannot tell for sure what exactly happened. Hi, Blade. You're being a good boy. But I've been to a lot of dog parks, especially with this dog. This is a 150-pound Cane Corso. He has been attacked several times, and actually by pit bulls. Not once have I ever thought of shooting the dog or wished that I did. The one time that Blade got attacked and actually had some marks on him was by a pit bull. Blade is about 150 pounds. The pit bull was a big pit bull with about 70 pounds. I was able to hold the pit bull back until he stopped, until the owner came. I told the owner to put the dog on a leash and walk away from me. Do not let the dog run, which he did. Blade only had a couple of scratches. It was not a bad fight. Blade did not provoke Pit Bull. Pit Bull saw us come in the dog park and just ran up towards us, straight for Blade's neck. I don't even understand what actually happened. The Pit Bull was unfixed male. Blade at that time was about 1.5 years, also unfixed male. So I'm assuming this was some kind of dominance thing. Mishka, my other dog, also has been in a couple of scuffles, I would call them, not dog fights. Mishka also very often tells other dogs to leave him alone, which they do. The way an argument looks like with dogs is they show teeth, they bark at each other. That's the first step. Usually, if dogs have good manners, the dog that is getting on the nerves of another dog that shows teeth and barks just walks away, and the problem is solved. Unfortunately, that doesn't always happen. Sometimes dogs do not have good manners, and other dogs have to tell them how to behave. The way they do it is with their mouths, because they do not have hands. And that is not a fight. That is a correction of behavior. Right, Blade? So Blade was a rambunctious puppy that likes to run around. And when he runs around, it scares some other dogs because he's so big. Right, buddy? My big buddy? There were a couple of instances when other older dogs ran up to him and told him to stop running. And it might have looked like an attack to somebody who doesn't know dogs, but everybody understands that dogs talk to each other just like people talk to each other. They can have arguments. They can have a little kind of like push each other. It's not a fight. A lot of times it's just an argument or a correction. The problem now is when I go to a dog park, I'm allowed to shoot another dog for a fight, for a scuffle, for any kind of argument that dogs may have. An argument looks bad, but it's not a fight. From what I understand, in that situation, two dogs were fighting. One was Golden Doodle, another one was a pig. Those dogs could have been exactly the same size. So it's not like a Golden Doodle was much smaller. It could have been. I do not know the size and weight of both of the dogs. But I used to own a doggy daycare. And I have a lot of doodles come in. And we actually had to ban some doodles from coming in because they do not have any manners. They're very hyper dogs. They jump on other dogs. So what could have might as well happen is that the Golden Doodle was a young dog that had no manners. So decided to jump all over the pit, who might have been an older dog and decided to correct their behavior. So an older pit bull might have just trying to correct the behavior of the Golden Doodle, who might have not had manners. If a pit would have corrected the Golden and Golden didn't listen, then the next step is to pin him down. That is still not a fight. It might look like a fight, but the dogs are just trying to figure out what is happening. If two dogs go to a dog park, you can expect, not necessarily going to happen, but you can expect some kind of scuffle or an argument or even a dog fight to break down. But I do not think that we have a right to shoot another dog. It is so wrong. So now, let's talk a little bit more about owning a big dog. So I saw on the news this report, and I saw plenty of TikTok posts, Instagram posts, all kinds of posts about this story. And a lot of people in the comments say that, well, it's okay because some people have such big dogs and they're intimidated. So you're telling me it's okay to shoot my dog who intimidates you just because he's big? And you, let's say, an owner of a smaller dog like a Yorkie. I actually have a story about a Yorkie and my 150-pound dog. We were walking in town. It was a very busy town square. We were actually going to a dog store with my very well-behaved Cane Corso, who wasn't bothering anybody. He was on a leash. Suddenly, as we were walking past the restaurant, two Yorkies ran out from a table without a leash and literally started attacking my dog. So at that time, do I have the right to shoot the Yorkies? Or do I have to wait until my dog grabs one of them and kills him? And then it gives the right to the Yorkie's owner to shoot my dog. So I don't think that's really fair, because a lot of times when a dog gets bitten, they don't get bitten for no reason. Most of the times there is reason. They either had very bad manners and had to be taught a lesson, and then when they were taught a lesson, they still disrespected the dog who was teaching them the lesson. So the older dog had to show them that this behavior is unacceptable by gently biting them, which usually causes minor harm. Not, where are we going? Where are we? We're gonna get it lost in the woods. If my big boy, right there, 150 pounds, gets attacked by two Yorkies like he did last year, out of nowhere. They came out running from under a table as we were walking by. They didn't have leashes on. My dog did. I was yelling on top of my lungs for the owner of those Yorkies to get them away from my dog, because I was afraid that if my dog responds, then I'm going to be at fault. So the point is, the dog that bites is not always the dog that is at fault. Sometimes the dog that bites was attacked first. And if my dog, right there, the big one, was attacked by two Yorkies, and he decides to protect himself, or even Manya, who's about 60 pounds, if any of my dogs, anywhere from 60 pounds to 150 pounds, get attacked by two Yorkies who both together weigh probably 30 or 40 pounds, or about 15-pound Yorkies, who's at fault? Is it the Yorkies that provoked the fight and they were biting my dog? But unfortunately, there are no visible signs on my dog because my dog is bigger and the Yorkies have little teeth. Or is it my dog who actually responded to protect themselves from the Yorkies and possibly caused serious damage or even death? So who are we going to shoot? Do I have the right to shoot the Yorkies? Or should I wait until my dog decides to protect themselves in that situation, and then the Yorkie's owner has a right to shoot my dog? This is just horrible, horrible situation that is happening. I am actually afraid to take my dogs to a dog park. I don't think we're going to be going anytime soon, because this incident creates a problem. Because now anybody knows that they can shoot another dog and just say, I was afraid for my life, I was afraid for my dog's life. And in Florida, you're allowed to shoot another dog. if you think your dog is in danger or you think that your life is in danger. Get back to the Yorkies. Can I say that I thought my life was in danger? Or my dog's life was in danger? He's 150 pounds. Is his life in danger? No. Should I be allowed to shoot them? What weight of a dog am I allowed to shoot now? Or am I not allowed to shoot any dog? Because my dog is going to be bigger than any of them. Right, Blade? Come here, Blade. Oh, come here, buddy. So my dog is going to be bigger than any dog at a dog park. Some people might be intimidated by him. Does that mean they're allowed to shoot him because they're intimidated? If my dog gets attacked by another smaller dog, do I have the right to shoot the smaller dog? Because I'm afraid for this buddy's life. Or do I have to wait for my dog to respond and then the other owner has the right to shoot him? I don't know. What do you think? But apparently, according to the Florida law, you are allowed to shoot a dog anywhere. Anywhere in public. With kids being present, with adults being present, in a dog park, on a street, anywhere at all. So I think I'm going to start carrying my gun with me, which I did not think it was an option, but yeah, I want to be the first one to shoot. If my dogs are being attacked by anybody, I guess I have to shoot the attacking dog. Doesn't matter how big they are or anything. Because if I don't, my dogs can be shot for responding to the attack from another dog. I'm speechless. We are speechless. Right, buddy? Right? And like I said, most of the time, when people call it a dog fight, it's not even a dog fight. It's an argument. It's a correction. It's very rare that there's a full-blown dog fight happening at a dog beach. And even if there is, the injuries are usually not deadly. Will require a couple of stitches at the most. I've seen plenty of dog fights. I broke up plenty of dog fights, not even with my dogs, with random dogs running around me. At the dog beach, at the dog park. Happen a lot. And if I see that, I break it up. And unfortunately, the owners a lot of times are nowhere to be found, which is very sad. They should be there. They should be the ones breaking it up, not a random stranger like me walking around. But that happens.